Hey, I got to be right back. I've got work stuff to do. I've got stuff to
Go do stuff. All right. Welcome back, everybody. I'm JJ. This is rumble.com/JJ. Today's going to be an unmitigated disaster. Like from the jump. I probably shouldn't even have hit the press button because things are not going to plan. We had intended to do Fringe Friday, and I think we still are. But I've seen the first episode of Fringe. I hope you guys have watched it. Deacon has watched it, but Deacon and I didn't exactly coordinate, and then on top of these having some technical stuff at work, I don't know what's going on there. So we're gonna have to talk about some other stuff until he's back, and even then, it still may very likely be a total disaster. This may not be the episode if this is your first time seeing the show. What am I gonna do? I am Agent Dumbham, JJW. So, man, I just like nothing can go right. Try to plan something and then it just doesn't go right. All right, so I just saw this interesting story about this crazy woman. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this for a minute. There's a woman in Minnesota who's sentenced to life for killing her 6-year-old son, and she just garbage. She just called the judge in the case where she murdered her own child garbage. This Minnesota mother convicted of killing her 6-year-old son was sentenced to life in prison. I'm innocent. F you all. You're garbage. That is all your honor. Julissa Thaler said during her sentencing hearing on Thursday. Thaler was arrested and charged with first and second degree murder of her son Eli Hart in May 2022. Prosecutors in Thaler said Thaler, who has been... Whoa. Hey, welcome back, Deacon. So I'm talking about some other stuff for a minute. So I believe this is her right here. Let's see if she says it. Of course, nothing can work.
I would like to say something.
Go ahead.
I'm innocent. You all, you're garbage. That's all you're.
I'm innocent. F you all, you're garbage. All right. Ms. Thaler, I don't know if that's appropriate here. Hennepin County District Court's Judge Jay Quam said of the outburst. Sorry, I told you what somebody else can't. Thaler, 29, responded. This is a defiant little and insert descriptive word here. Quam began to read the sentencing, saying the worst thing that seems to happen to parents is to lose their child. It's worse when you don't lose your child is to something like cancer or an accident, but it's when someone takes the child from the world. So she then flipped off the jury. So this horrible person is getting a life sentence, and maybe she's setting things up for like an appeal on being crazy because she's obviously a nut. So, yep, she killed a kid. F her.
Wow. I leave for half a second and you start the show with a fucking bang, man.
I don't know what to do.
Jesus Christ. We are the most amateur hour.
Hey, listen, at least one of us is a recognized celebrity in his profession.
Recognized celebrity in my profession.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
You're getting awards, and you're an award-winning award winner, and and you got also me.
Okay, hang on. Now that I'm done with actual work, I can focus on the side shit that we do.
Save us. This as this ship sinks.
I have a minute and 46 before I have to do actual more.
You ain't saving this in a minute.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fringe Friday show here on your.
Are we going to talk about Fringe? We have no plan.
Now we have stories that we've missed all week, but so JJ and I really don't talk a lot during the day because we're busy. And so and sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, but we don't have a meeting and plan the show like you're supposed to do. Like that I have done every day for 30 years to plan tomorrow's show. So we don't do that. We just go by the seat of our pants. And sometimes we don't communicate with each other. So I was under the impression that Fringe Friday, that's cool. It's an hour-long episode, the pilot. We'll talk about the episode for 20 or 30 minutes. We'll make it about half the show, and we'll get some people to talk about it stuff. JJ was under the impression that we were going to take the whole show and read the script and act it out.
I thought we were maybe break it down and talk about like scenes and stuff, but I don't know.
Jesus, did you watch it and write down? Because I didn't. I watched it.
I breakdowns.
Oh my God. I thought we were just going to talk about the show. I didn't know we were going to be. I forgot that you're a graph person. Your family's a statistics family. Of course, you're going to have a fucking Excel sheet. Hang on.
Yeah. Hey, look, this stuff happens. You think, hey, maybe we both have the same idea. But, the fact is we just don't have time in the day to just get on the phone and talk about, hey, what are we going to talk about tomorrow? The show, and you genuinely enjoy it. That's because it did. And all the days that you watch the show and you're like, what are they doing? Well, it's because all right. This is great. This is just amazing. So I'm going to be able to put in addition to a crazy person killing her child, we have another crazy person that tried to call in fake bomb plant. Oh yeah, yes, you got something new. In addition to a crazy child murdering mom, we also have somebody making fake bomb threats in Mississippi. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Wow. All right. He's back, maybe not.
I've got a terrible connection on you. You're very choppy. I can't understand what you're saying, and you're all blurry on my end for some reason.
It does look like my cucks, actually. It does. It looks like it's me and not you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, great.
I was trying to, because I can hear your voice before you're speaking now.
Yeah. All right. Well, this isn't going too well. I mean, I can see my connection is now 6, 7 out of 10. Maybe it'll pick up.
Yeah, maybe it'll pick up. All right. I was wondering. I was just trying to reconnect to see if it was on my end. I had some stuff last night, but I have like super connection here at the radio station that I pay a bunch for.
Sure that these are all signs from God of like, don't do this episode. All right. Hey. Okay, person, I'm trying to do the setup here. Not only do we have a crazy mom, we got a crazy bomber. A bomber made bomb threats in Mississippi, and her name is Lily Mestemaker, and she, I guess, she posted some threats online, and according to police officers, including a K9 unit, searched the area of Oxford, mentioning an online post, and after a while, they came to the conclusion that there was no bomb after all. We can't leave. We would call it a fake bomb threat. Here she is Lily Mestchester. Let's see. I don't want to pronounce her name wrong. Mestemaker. Would you believe that she planted bombs?
Keep going. You do that. That's a radio trick that I've taught people before in the past, but you do it and I haven't told you yet. If you can't pronounce the name, no one gives a fuck except the person that you're pronouncing the wrong name. Just say something and go.
All right. Lily Mestemaker.
One of those names, I just say because no one cares except the person that you're pronouncing the name.
Right.
And if they say, "Hey, you mispronounced my name wrong," all you got to do is say, "I'm sorry." How do you pronounce it? You can get out of it real easy and not sound like I'm
gonna work on it.
No, it's good. You didn't know that. You didn't know that.
It's a skill stack. You have to add to your skill stack. You got to take and stack them up so that you learn things. I'm working on it.
Don't stumble over these names that no one can pronounce anyway.
Okay, I will not do that. Mestemaker 29. You can see here she's a blonde, and in this mugshot, and I would think accused of a bombing, you would be a little more dour, but she looks quite chipper in this photo. You
Oh,
can
let me
see
look. Let
right
me see.
past. Yeah.
That's
Oh
a
yeah. Look close.
girl.
Yeah, that's Lily Mustamaker. She's planting bombs.
Okay, I know that some women have more testosterone in their
Right.
body, and
Yeah.
and and
Well,
and 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 that doesn't even account for women are human or are
uh-huh.
mammals. So
Yeah.
they grow hair like every other mammal does, and they
Right.
grow hair on their face just like every other mammal does.
Right. Right.
We've become a society where we take
Sure.
women take hair off their legs and underneath their arms and their face and stuff like that because that's how we view beauty in our society for some reason.
Mhm.
Okay, so but it was just taking me aback because that really
Sure.
looks like
A
man.
guy? Oh, Deacon. Come on. Don't be so
I am.
transphobic.
I am. That's who I am. I'm not gonna
Don't
pretend to
be-
be I'm not gonna pretend to be some fucking moron walking around in here and not seeing what my eyes are telling me. My eyes see this picture and my brain says, "That looks like a fucking guy, dude." And so that's what my mouth
Yeah.
says.
Yeah. Oh, well, I should have, I guess again, another faux pas on my part. I probably should have mentioned, because I thought it was rude to just point this out. This Lily is a transgender individual. Transgender. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm sorry. I thought I thought we weren't really supposed to like point these things out.
no, no,
Take
no,
them at the word.
Some people don't want you to point them out, but I'm under the
Right.
impression that if you dress up like a clown and go into public, you should expect people to point fucking fingers at the clown dressed up in public.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm under that impression. If I wore a big
Okay.
red nose, I shouldn't get pissed off when people look at me and wonder why I'm wearing a big red
All right.
nose.
Well, Lily going on to make many, many more mistakes in her life. A bomb threat is that's not good. That's
Well, she
bad.
she looked like somebody that the schools would want to devote a little extra time to because her
Mhm.
SAT and ACT scores are going to be far above the rest. And you can
Yeah.
just look at her and tell that
Just look at the eyes.
she is going to succeed in life.
Yeah, this is a winner.
Yes. So
This is
I want to
Lily
use my
Mustamaker.
time and resources as a society to focus on someone like this because I know that they are going to help my society as a whole, JJ.
My wife walked past me and saw my screen. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" This is what you get up for. This is why you wake up early to do this.
This is why you get up. Oh, that needs to be my new
God.
logo. That should have been
Oh my God.
that should have been the thing. The
shit.
poster for today. All right, I got a story. I found some
Please
where we posted.
save us. I
Save
got one more, but that's it.
No, I got a couple here. This is kind of all over the place. I'm going to bring up this one that Brian posted, and we're going to read it together.
Yeah, let's do it together.
Yes, because I didn't get to read
God.
this, but Brian says, JJ, Deacon, what's going on? Reports of loud explosions in Mission, Texas are being investigated by multiple agencies after a meteor was spotted in the area. So reports of a possible meteorite hit in Mission, Texas. Where's Mission, Texas? Do you know? You don't know.
It's like it's around the middle. It's kind of around San Antonio, in the middle.
A meteorite hitting Texas is really, the statistics on that are pretty
right. Oh no, a rock fell from the sky, hit some dirt.
It's going to hit. The chances are a rock falling to earth and hitting Texas are pretty high. Houston Air Traffic Control saw a meteorite west of McAllen. Citizens in the area called 911 saying they fell to the earth shake. So meteorite hit Texas and a lot of folks heard it.
Yeah, they find it.
They can't find this meteorite now?
No. Look,
Okay,
we can't find.
Going.
We shoot down balloons. We can't find them. Meteorites fall from the sky. People have them on camera. You can see the trail of this thing cutting across the sky. It hit the ground. It shook houses. It shook windows. There's a camera video of the impact of the strike shaking a camera on somebody's door. I think his name was Julian Sanchez. His little Ring camera shakes. All of that,
Wow.
can't find it. We don't have any idea where it is. We lost it.
National Weather Service, NOAA says we have received reports of a possible meteor or fireball in the sky earlier this evening west of McAllen. One of the tools we use at the National Weather Service is called the Geostationary Lightning Mapper. The GLM measures emitted light and other optical properties. There was no ongoing thunderstorm activity in the valley, but it detected a signal around 5:23. The product below is called a flash extent density and is one or more common. Okay, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
I think it's I think meteorite. I think that stuff's cool. I used to watch what was it called? Meteorite Men. I can't remember the name of the show now. It was on for like one. It was on for like one season on one of those. It was one of those reality shows on for one season, but I watched it over and over again. And they went around the country and looked for meteorites that were.
Oh, okay, kind of like Ghost Hunters or one of those.
That's all they did
shows,
was
like
a
pseudo scripted real show.
Yeah, one of those shows. So it was kind of cool. I've always thought that was really interesting, and I mean, other people do too. I mean, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos think that meteorites and asteroids are pretty cool too, man. They're trying to go to them. So all right, I got some more stories. Go ahead.
I got one. Here you go.
Oh, okay.
This is big news. Tesla has announced that it would recall 360,000 vehicles because of the full test driving beta software that could cause a crash. So apparently you can opt into this beta and test your car, or could have at some point. And some people would get in their car and self-drive, and then that car would drive you into something else. It would wreck your car. Well, that's not good. So the recall will affect Tesla vehicles equipped with the software from including the Model S and the Model X. The X is their like crossover SUV, made from 2016 to 23, and Model 3s, which are their cheapo car for cheapos, from 2017 to 2023, and the Model Y. I don't know what the Y is. From 2020 to 23. The company intends to release a software update to fix the issue because running your car into stuff, not good. Yeah. Deacon, how would you feel about a car just autonomously? Like, doesn't it look cool in movies? Like when you remember that Tom Cruise movie Minority Report?
Oh yeah, because I love that actor and I watch his movies all the time. Sure, let's pick that movie.
Where like it's in the future and you get in the car and it just like zips you somewhere.
You couldn't have picked iRobot, where that has. I
don't think Tom Cruise was in there.
Thing. Oh my God, I'm gonna punch you in the face. I'm gonna drive to Texas. I'm gonna knock on your door. You're gonna be like, Deacon, I'm gonna pow, and I'm gonna close the door and I'm gonna get in the car. I'm gonna drive back to Kentucky.
Yeah, I should have picked iRobot. Oh, my wife said iRobot also.
See, smarter of the two.
Yeah. Speaking of slapping somebody in the face, Will Smith is not allowed to return to the Golden Globes for like 10 years.
Hey, speaking of slapping somebody in the face, I've got a story here of a face that you may want to slap.
Oh,
a very slappable face for JJW, and JJW is not an angry person, but he may
really not look at. I used to be when I was a young man.
Now look at this.
I'm curious.
Look at this face. All right, ready?
Oh, yeah. Susan. Hey,
Susan.
Why are you slipping down, Susan?
Looks like she needs a face slap.
Susan looks like somebody that, I don't know, got caught in some sort of an illicit relationship or something. Look at her expression on her face.
Yeah, that's somebody that's been caught doing something.
What did she do? What did you doing, Susan? Who gives up being CEO of YouTube? You basically run the whole earth.
Yeah. Susan is stepping down. Susan, who has led the world's, I don't know how to say her last name, Wojcicki. Whoa.
Deacon, let me tell you this trick. Here's it, Deacon. Check out this trick.
Okay.
Nobody cares about how her name is pronounced.
Yeah. Okay.
So you just say whatever you want, and she's the only one that gets offended.
Oh, okay. Susan. I'm not going to say the first thing. I'm going to say Smith because the first thing that said to my mind, Susan may actually take us off of her fucking channel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Wait, hold on. Maybe this is the one.
That word would have really offended Susan, and she might have just shut us down. So I'm just going to say Wojcicki,
I do.
who has
Yeah.
led the world's largest video site for the last 9 years, is stepping down from her role. She'll be replaced by Neil
Buy some more
Mulholland,
vowels.
her longtime lieutenant. During her tenure at YouTube, YouTube became increasingly important in the business for Google, which bought the site in 2006. All right.
Yeah.
She is responsible for, let me find it where it said it here, but isn't she responsible for the dislike button going away?
Oh,
Wasn't that hers?
I did not call her a word. You know, like people still dislike videos and we still want to know what videos are terrible before we like watch them. But, you know, somebody's got to protect the White House. Have you ever gone to the White House videos and seen their dislikes?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
anyway, story is from some website, Vox. I don't know what the hell Vox is. But Recode Vox, whatever the crap this website
I think
is.
Vox is a like one of the Vice Media. I think it's one of theirs.
I don't go to this website. I was linked here from somewhere else.
Yep.
And so, I mean, I don't know how to think. It looked like it was kind of pandering to her a little bit, but I come across that yesterday and I thought, oh, Susan stepping down. JJ will like this story. JJ will appreciate Susan stepping down. I got another one. I got one more for you. Well, this is a Hollywood story.
Hold on just a second, because I have an example. I have an example of the dislike button. I have to share. So here is I'm gonna mute it. This is the new Little Mermaid trailer that came out yesterday. We're not really gonna play the trailer, but this is the Little Mermaid trailer, and I have an extension installed in my browser or whatever that lets me see the dislikes. And you can see that this trailer came out yesterday, and it has let's see, 615,000 views. It has 11,000 likes and 77,000 dislikes. It has a 7-to-1 dislike ratio. So you can't take away the dislike button. We're gonna put it back.
Some of that stuff you got to take that dislike button on certain things with a grain of salt. That was probably a bad example, I think. People just hate that movie just because. Black Mermaid, and everybody's like, oh, fuck that shit. They don't give a crap about Little Mermaid at all. People that would have never watched the movie and didn't care at all automatically hate that shit now, because of that. So that's just, I'm gonna dislike that just because. So that's a bad.
Okay, that's fair. Let me pull up a different random example.
Yeah, do a White House one.
Here, wait, hold on. There's White House is somehow White House has disabled their dislikes.
Oh, it's disabled disabled.
Here we go. Here's one from yesterday. I think it was 6 days ago. President Biden holds bilateral meeting with Luis Inacio Lula. Fuck,
nobody cares.
Whatever this guy's. 318 likes. 2 million subscribes. 10,000 people have seen it. 318 people liked it. 1,300 disliked it. So there you go. There's your dislike button example.
I didn't know you could get a little extension like that for your computer.
Yeah, you can put it back.
Extensions for everything, though.
Yeah. All right.
I've got 2 minutes here. Let's talk about this story for 2 minutes, and then you can kind of read it and do with it what you want.
Sure.
You may know this actor. I actually like this actor. I'm not the biggest fan, but I don't hate him. I will really love some movies that he's been in. But Leo DiCaprio is fed up with the fact that he has a reputation for dating younger women. And a source says that it really, really bothers Leo. Well, Leo, there is one fucking person to blame for dating. You are my age. I can't imagine dating a 19 or 20-year-old. I would blow my fucking head off. Oh my God. Can you imagine how fucking annoying?
No way. No way.
Jesus
My
Christ.
wife occasionally asks me like, do you ever want to upgrade? Do you ever want to get a younger wife? And I'm always like, no,
No.
no, no. I do not want to hear
No.
them talking about nothing.
That
I don't.
is some farcical fucking bullshit that was fed to women in Hollywood some years, or you've got
Yeah.
these old fucking 60, 70-year-old guys that's had shitty fucking lives and shitty marriages, man. No, I don't want a younger woman. I can't imagine living that lifestyle again. Jesus, I would blow my head off. Ugh.
And
I
I don't
don't
want to
care
be.
how
I don't
good
want to
looking
be.
they are.
I don't want to be
Looks
too.
don't mean anything.
Look at her. Come on,
Yeah.
dude.
Looks don't mean she looks like any other fucking girl to me. Okay?
Yeah.
Looks don't mean anything to me. I'm a really that's
I
just
mean,
me.
so
I like
Leonardo
thinking about
DiCaprio's upset that he's got a bad reputation, but it's from all observations,
look, they got a
apparently he
lamp
thinks
out.
women expire at the age 23.
Look, I'm gonna throw this down and you can talk about it a little more.
Sure.
I'm gonna talk here just for a second. I'll be right back real quick.
Yeah. So apparently, Leonardo DiCaprio also does some like weird stuff during sex. Apparently, he puts in noise canceling headphones, and I think something else. It's like he doesn't. It's like the girl that he's with at the time. She really don't matter. This is a person that's like this is if this is true, this is really really sad.
I don't know what the hell's
Because
going on.
it means like Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't know what it's like to be in a real relationship, which is kind of funny because like these people are these are the people that society like raises up on a platform. Leonardo DiCaprio, heartthrob teenage actor, right? The people the person that so many people want to emulate or so many people like respect or whatever, and there must be something wrong with this dude. There must be something wrong with this dude. He keeps
He's probably got Peter Pan syndrome. I mean, he was like you said, he was what was his first movie? Eating Gilbert Grape. What's Eating Gilbert Grape when he played the
I don't know
slow-
about that, but he was on that. Remember that TV show? Oh, was it? It wasn't Full House. It was.
Oh, it was. Yeah, he was on one of those TV shows. Yeah, you're
He was
right.
on the one with Michael J.
Ties?
Fox.
Family
Yeah,
Ties.
Family Ties.
Yeah, he was on Family
Yeah.
Ties. He wasn't
Yeah.
the son on Family Ties, but I think he had a
No,
guest
he was like a cousin or
Yeah.
a neighbor or something like that. And he was a super popular character on that show. And then
But
from that,
he was in that Johnny Depp Winona Ryder movie. I think it was Johnny Depp and
Yeah.
Winona Ryder called What's Eating Gilbert Grape. And
I think
he played a mentally challenged part. And he blew it out of the water because people thought I remember this in the 80s. People thought that they were like, who is this mentally challenged kid that they got to do this part?
right.
I'm like, no, this is this. And after that, you started hearing you knew the name Leonardo DiCaprio. You knew
Yeah.
that name after
Well,
that.
and then there was Titanic, right? Like, I mean, he
Titanic.
just comes
The
out the
Beach.
gate and
Yeah, The Beach was one that didn't get a lot of media hype, but that's like a freaking underground. I love the cult classic, The Beach, man. That's a great one.
that's the Basketball Diaries. Did you ever see that? Basketball Diaries.
Diaries. I forgot that's an older one. Yeah, that's one that
Yeah.
kind of got his
So
name up
he
there.
made a bunch of like really interesting, not blockbusters, but they were like I don't know that they were avant-garde or anything like that. But he made a lot of really interesting movie choices, and he's gone from everything from like really independent, small budget flicks to like some of the biggest blockbusters there are. Titanic is one of the biggest movies ever. Inception is one of the biggest movies ever.
I never saw Inception. I always wanted to see that. I just never got
it's
around
all
to
right.
watching it.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean he's the only one to blame for
Dude.
I couldn't imagine dating a freaking 20.
Is this because he wants to be young forever, and it's just hasn't worn on him yet that he's aging?
Maybe he's got Peter Pan syndrome where he's lived that lifestyle so long he doesn't know anything else. He doesn't know how to or maybe he's never had someone, a father figure, somebody to watch and learn how to. You have to change as men and probably as women, but I don't know. I'm not a woman. But as men, we have to change. I am not a 19, 20-year-old kid anymore that wants to play my video games and hang out and watch my TV and stuff as much as I want to do that. I can't do that. And when I think about it, I'll give you a prime example. When I think about it, I don't want to. And I'll give you a prime example. My PlayStation 4, our PlayStation 4 broke about a year ago. All right. It's been broke.
Yeah.
We used that as our media hub, but I played PlayStation 4. You know, I've been a PlayStation kid. PlayStation 1.
Okay.
We're up to PlayStation 5 now. All right. But we had a PlayStation 4. I had it for about 8 or 9 years, and I loved my games on there. Alex played, Kendra played, Maggie played, Deacon played, Ayla played. We all played. Ashley played a little bit. But it broke. So I was trying to, in order to get a new PlayStation 4, you could buy new ones, but you couldn't find them anywhere because of the chip shortage. So you could only get refurbished ones, and the refurbished ones were like $10 less than a brand new one. So I refused to pay full price for a refurbished PlayStation 4. I refused to do it. So that's why I didn't buy a new one. And I refused to pay $800 scalper prices for a PlayStation 5. So we just went without. You know, we used the smart TV for our media hub, and we got around it, and it wasn't a big deal. Well, now you can find new PlayStation 4s and new PlayStation 5s at their normal prices. You know, the PlayStation 5s are like $500. PlayStation 4s are like $350 or something like that.
Okay.
And so me and Alex was looking at them in the store one day, and we were like, it's like, do you want a PlayStation 5? He's like, I'd rather have a 4, blah, blah, blah. You know, we got all the stuff for the 4. I don't really give a crap, blah, blah, blah. And we could save some money and nah. And we just sat there and we thought about it. And, you know, if we wasn't going to buy one, we were just kind of, me and Alex was just
wondering,
just farting around that day.
Yeah.
And so as we were walking off, we were like, do you really want one again? And he was like, yeah, it'd be fun. I was like, yeah, it'd be fun, but I mean, I could take that $350 and put it towards a couple of new drums or some new cymbals, or, you know, and that got his mind. He was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, we could do something else with that money. We don't have to sit around and. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, as adults, we have to do that, and it's sometimes we do that kicking and screaming. You know, we have to change, and we do it. I don't want to. I want to sit here and play video games all day. I don't want to do adult stuff, but then maybe, and that's what I'm getting at. Maybe Leonardo, because of his job is acting like someone else and being a fantasy person all day long. That's all he's ever known. And his lifestyle. Oh, Mr. DiCaprio, whatever you need, we will jump for you and get it for you. Right. So do you think that he's got Michael Jackson syndrome to where I want a monkey and a Ferris wheel? And I mean, like, everybody get Michael a monkey and a Ferris wheel.
I don't know that. I don't know a tremendous amount about Leonardo DiCaprio. I've seen him in some movies that I like.
But that's what I'm just kind of wondering.
Just from observing this, I'm just thinking like there must be some sort of like spiritual deficit here. Like, he doesn't know who he is, and he's always being somebody else because the pain of not knowing who you are is just, you know, it's suffocating. So, and then
that's where that's probably where that Scientology. You probably stumbled on what L. Ron Hubbard stumbled on years ago. These fucking people don't know who they are. I'm going to tell them who they are and make them pay me money.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. There's our Leonardo DiCaprio story of the day. Let's get to our big.
Okay, hold on. No, I got one more I want to talk about, and then we can talk about Fringe, and then we'll have a great excuse for not finishing. It turns out that maybe Marvel's incredible Phase 5 slate of movies and TV shows maybe doesn't have all of the crowd excitement that they would anticipate.
Oh yeah, I wonder why.
Phase 4 was kind of dull and awful, and we're off to the races with Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's getting kind of bad reviews. So Marvel is reportedly slowing down the production of Disney Plus TV shows, including Echo and Ironheart. Ironheart, which was in Wakanda Forever. Which, did you see that? No, I know the answer is no. You didn't watch that shit. Neither did I. I don't care. Apparently, Ironheart was not such a just a heartthrob that they're gonna, can justify making a whole TV show about her. Echo, another character from the Hawkeye TV show, that was a major letdown. So they're like tamping down on the output a little bit. They're like, hold on, let's slow our roll a little bit. Let's stop outputting so much stuff that we're giving people trash constantly. Let's slow it down and give them trash every once in a while. This is a new strategy, I think.
Maybe you need to realize that you can't capitalize on fucking G-list comic book characters when the first go round you used A+ list comic book characters. And now you're wanting the exact same result from G, H, I, and J list comic book characters. Who the fuck is Echo and Ironheart? I know I'm being rhetorical there, but seriously, I know who they are because I'm a fucking geek. But go ask your wife if she knows who the superhero
I know she doesn't know
Ironheart is. And if she cares about a black, smart little girl who makes an Iron Man suit from scratch. Her comic book story is actually really interesting. I doubt the fucking movie story is as interesting as her comic book story.
Okay, so Wakanda Forever came out like 4 months ago. 4 months, right? Do you remember all the buzz about people?
Forever. I'm not watching
people talking about like, oh, Wakanda Forever, Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, I never watched the first Black Panther movie.
Right.
I've never seen it.
I bet you go to anybody that went and watched Wakanda Forever and be like, tell me what you think about Riri Williams. And they would be like, well, who's that? Oh, she was in the Wakanda Forever movie. Oh, well, who was she in there? She was Ironheart. Ironheart? Yeah, she was the fake Iron Man. Oh, yeah, okay, she was all right. They won't even know who you're talking about. You could tell them who it was, and they wouldn't know. That's how dim this whole thing is.
So I mean, they needed to quit trying to squeeze out little fucking pennies and content. They just needed content for their fucking Disney Plus channel, their streaming, and they didn't want to use their major A-lists for the streaming stuff. They want to use those for the big blockbuster movies, and they need to realize that those big blockbuster movies, it's not 10 years ago, it's not 15 years ago. You're not going to do that all the time over and over again like Cameron's doing. Cameron can't put out another Avatar movie within the another movie within the next 10 years that will do anything like that. That is a once in a 2-decade event that he done. Okay, so you're not going to have anything like that huge again. So get it out of their mind. Why don't you use those A-list characters for your streaming? The streaming did not exist back then when we had all these big blockbuster movies. So now we have streaming. Let's make an X-Men streaming TV show. Make a New Mutants streaming TV show. Use a bunch of fucking no-name people that you hadn't heard. You don't got to hire a bunch of damn people and pay them a bunch of money because we know their names.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. All right. It is Fringe Friday. Let's talk about Fringe.
Had you ever seen this show before? Have you seen this show? Let's let everybody know.
Oh, okay. I saw this show back when it was on the air, and I haven't seen it since. I loved this show, and it was in that same era to me as like Battlestar Galactica or
it was on about the same time as Battlestar Galactica. And there was a couple of those shows that were on. Sci-Fi had Warehouse 13 that was on about the same time, and it was a warehouse with a bunch of different. The whole show was based on, at the very end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they're putting the Ark in the warehouse. It's in a box.
Oh, Warehouse 13. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That show is based on, there's always been a warehouse around that houses all of the fantastical stuff throughout history. And that's what that show is about. And then Eureka. Do you remember Eureka?
Oh, yeah. I liked Eureka a lot.
Great show.
My wife would actually watch Eureka with me.
Yeah, that was a good one. I liked Eureka too. So these were all along the same kind of along the same supernaturally type of vein. But Fringe was one of those, like, when it came on, The
It
very
was just
first
something
scene
else.
was just, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
great.
All right. So we're not going to do all the breakdowns, but I'm going to set it up a little bit, just a little bit.
I've seen Fringe when it came on, but I've seen it like 3 times. I wanted to get to
Right.
that. I've seen this whole series like all the way through like 3 times.
So
It's great. I love it.
there's high notes that I remember throughout the series, and there's a lot of stuff I've definitely forgotten.
Okay.
But this pilot episode is one of the best pilots probably that I can even remember of any show. It opens with an airline flight, an international airline flight flying through a thunderstorm, and a guy on the plane is sick or something, and he's kind of sweaty, and he takes an injection of something, and then within minutes turns into some sort of bioweapon zombie. And
Well,
and he gets sick, throws up on everybody. The pilot, for some reason, opens the door to be like, "What's going on out here?"
Oh, are you going to give a replay of every?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying this is how the show. It opens really strong.
The show opened like a short story should open, like a thriller short story should open. A short story should like slap you in the face within the first 3 sentences and make you go, "What the crap is going on here?"
Yeah.
And that's really what this show did. The show was, opened the door, it slapped you in the face, and you're like, "What the hell just went on right here?"
It gave you a mystery to solve. What just happened? Except the whole time, it's the wrong mystery. You're solving the wrong mystery. It's not who made a bioweapon on a plane and why'd they do it. That's not what the mystery is. So it does a lot to, and there's a number of moments in the show where they will subvert you, right? So let's see. There is the major characters, right? There's Olivia Dunham, who's the blonde. She's Australian, Anna Torv.
Mm-hmm.
She has this way of talking that sounds normal, but then something is not quite normal about it. And I think it made her really interesting to watch. And there was Mark Valley.
I don't like, there's a couple of things about this show that I've never liked. And her attitude is one of them. I think it's a little, I don't know the right word to use here.
Uppity?
No. Cliche. I'm going to say cliche expected. She's an FBI agent. So, all right, JJ, your role as an FBI agent. How are you going to portray that FBI agent? JJW, how can I help you? What seems to be the problem here? That's she's every FBI agent on TV. Okay.
It was
just her attitude, the way that she just kind of goes into everything and she kind of talks monotone with everything like this. This is Olivia Dunham's voice in the show. She's kind of monotone through the whole show when she talks like this.
I can see what you're saying, but she's also in a lot of weird circumstances, right? Where everything is wild, so that she's the contrast to that, where she is like,
and she has, but that actress, she's an emotion. She is a monotone person. She's like, you could drop a boulder on her foot, and it's like that actress. She would go, "Ow, that hurt." She's not gonna be like, "Ah!" like me. I'm a reactionary. I'm a dramatic person. I'm like the blah, put on a damn show.
Right.
She's like, "Ow, that would hurt." Very, that's just what I seem like from that. Another thing that I didn't like about her was, I did not like, and I just think this is just poor writing. I did not like the whole, and this was the whole pilot was about. Let me guess, female FBI agent. She was dating another FBI agent, and that agent got killed, and she's upset and depressed. How many fucking times do you have to tell me that story of an FBI agent, of a Secret Service agent, of some sort of federal agent, female federal agent, who was dating another agent, be it behind their spouse's backs or what, but then that male agent dies and the female agent that story is too cliched, man.
So
I'm sick of King.
I can see that, but that was just that like him
I
getting
know.
injured. It was just the plot.
And
It was the reverse of the damsel in
and
distress thing, right?
and
It was
and
just the
and it
plot
was
device to get her to go find
it was a
Walter.
plot device is all that it was. I understand, but I look at it like that's a placeholder plot device. You should have come up with something a little better than that. That to me is weak. That's just a weak plot
So
device.
I remember then, and I still kind of think so now. Back when I watched it back in 2008, back when I watched it in 2008, I recognized Mark Valley as John Scott from Human Target. I had been watching him on
Okay.
Human Target for a while, and I was a little shocked that his character would be
Oh,
introduced, be so prominent, and then be killed in the pilot.
I had
So I
never
was
seen
like,
that
wow.
guy before. I had never
Oh,
seen him.
really?
Yeah.
Oh no, he
Um,
would. Human Target was it was a comic book TV show like a DC comic, yeah. And the whole setup was like he would put himself in dangerous situations instead of his clients, so that people would try to gun him down instead of his clients.
no, I
So,
had seen John Noble and Joshua Jackson before, but Kirk X
oh no, that's Charlie. That's Charlie. That's
yeah,
not.
Charlie.
That's
Yeah, Charlie. I've seen him.
yeah,
He was in Oz and Band of Brothers, and yeah, he was.
yeah.
I've seen him a lot. When I saw him on that show, I was like, I know that guy. Where do I know that guy from? Yeah, I like him. Charlie was awesome. I loved him in that show.
So I don't know.
He was
I
one
don't
of
know
my
if.
favorite side characters. Him and what was Walter's assistant's name?
Oh yes, yeah, she's great. What is her character's name? Is she in the
Damn it, I
pilot?
just had it. Yeah,
It's like Farnsworth or something like that. Oh yeah, Astrid Farnsworth, played by
Astrid.
Jessica Nicole.
Great
Yeah, Astrid.
character, great actress that plays that side character is so
She's
important in the
she's
show,
a
man.
fun
So
little
important. Yes,
quirky
she's great. You just
character,
want to be
and
friends with her.
bounces off. And she's paired
Yeah.
with like John Noble's Walter Bishop. And can I just say,
Oh,
anytime he's on screen, he's amazing. He is captivating to watch. Anytime John Noble says anything, I'm just like,
he can make
okay.
you feel so sorry for him, like the feeble old man, and then he can make you like cower down because he's so freaking demanding. And
Yeah, he's like this guy, he has, and I think maybe that's why Anna Torv kind of has to be the contained, you know, uh character, the sedate, because she's playing the straight guy. She's playing the straight character against the very, very charismatic John Noble's Walter Bishop, who's big and outlandish and does the thing you don't think about, and it is constantly all over the place. So, I mean, the cast on this show is just amazing. You have Lance Reddick as Agent Broyles, DHS Agent Broyles or whatever, and he has this voice, and he's been on a number of shows. I think he was on. What's that? I can't remember I mean, I can look it up, but he's just got this voice, and he's just such a presence in whatever scene he's in, where he has the voice of authority, and he's amazing. The let's see, the supporting cast is pretty good, but the headline cast on this, Joshua Jackson. This is the only thing about the whole kind of setup to this show that I was like, really? That when they talk about Peter Bishop before they introduce him, they say, oh, he's got an IQ of 190, 50 points north of genius, and he's the son of Walter Bishop, who is basically acts and is a genius on the show, a wacky scientist type. And I never buy that Joshua Jackson is a super genius. He is a clever dude, but like super genius? I don't know. All right. Yeah, Astrid Farnsworth is a great character on the show. Let's see what happens in the show. They the whole rundown is to try to find a cure to save Mark Valley, who was in an explosion in pursuit of Stieg, and then his body gets covered in like plastic gelatin or whatever, starts turning translucent or crystallizing or something like that. Walter Bishop is the only one that can save him. So Peter and Agent Dunham bust Walter. I mean, they just sign him out of St. Clair's mental facility. They get him hooked up in his old lab. And then there is an infamous scene. I say infamous. It's a high note to me of the pilot, where she needs to communicate with Mark, but he's like basically dead as a crystal mummy or something like that. And they're like, okay, we're going to use this brainwave tech to like let you talk to him. And then they do the scene where she's submerged in a tank, where she does, she's like floating in the tank of goo, and they hook her up, and that's got posters and images and stuff.
No, what, the tank?
Yeah, like they do the tank where they're doing them
in it. That was from
no. The promo for the image for the show made a big deal about posting photos of her floating in the tank.
Yeah, because that just looked weird.
It looks cool. Yeah,
that's a real thing. That's a real. But do you know? I mean, you don't know at the time, but he dosed her. They don't really let you know in that first episode because I don't. Yeah, that he gave her a dose of LSD. That's what she.
Yeah. Well, he said it, but he said the long scientific name.
Yeah,
and then Peter's like, "That's LSD. Are you sure you want to do this?"
Oh, I guess maybe he did.
Yeah. He said,
but in the further episodes, that's not the only time that anyone goes into that device, and they take LSD every single time. That LSD plays a huge role in this television show, if you think about it.
I don't remember that, so that's some of them.
You don't remember LSD playing a huge role? That is what LSD is the whole reason why Walter could do what he did. And
really?
Why the door opened was that Walter, the LSD made it able for him to perceive it.
I do remember, and I don't want to spoil it because I'm hoping that we talk about these shows for a while. But I do remember details that really emerge about the relationship between Walter and Peter much later down I think it's much later down the line.
Do you not remember that whole story with their relationship?
No, I do.
Okay,
I know why there's so much tension there.
Yeah,
and it is fascinating. It's fascinating.
Oh, it was such a great when that was one of those twists in this show that I call the Fight Club twists. It's one of those that it was
it redefines everything that you see.
Yeah,
you get to it and you're like, oh my god. Yes. No. I want to get to that. Okay. All right. Choo choo. Let's see what else happens in the episode. By the end of the episode, Agent Scott actually does die. But it turns out Agent Scott's a bad guy. He's not a good guy, right? He was
a bad guy.
He was running Stieg, and he might have been working. Let's see, what they call it, the pattern. Was he working for? Who was Mark Val? Who was Agent Scott working for? If he was running,
I can't remember off the top of my head now.
Yeah, I don't even think we know who all the agents are.
You hear about him more in the show as the season.
He'll come back.
Yeah.
But to me, he was a big actor, and to get wasted in the first episode was like, oh my.
See, I didn't know who he was. He was a no-name. He got killed off, and I'm like, okay, no-name got killed off. What do you do? I would have done the same thing if I would have seen like somebody that Charlie's character come up. Oh, they're not going to kill off him. I've seen him in 3 or 4 things. They're not. He's not a one-off.
Yeah.
He's a bigger name. He's a C and D list. He's probably a C list actor. He's probably not a B list actor, and he's definitely not an A list actor. But
for TV. Actor. Remember now, this is in 2008. TV, this is before. This is before movie actors were like, "I'm going to have my streaming show. I'm going to have a TV show or whatever."
This
was in the era of
2008.
Yeah, this is like movie actors are over there, but TV actors, you got your big and your little TV actors, and they stayed in TV, so you had big and little.
So on you make a great point on that scale. Charlie, what's his name? Kirk.
He would have been prolific.
Yeah, because he was in Band of Brothers, and that thing is a legendary freaking TV show. Legendary TV show. Oz was too. I haven't seen Oz in years, but the Oz was great.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, so I'm going to call it the end of the Fringe Friday. Didn't start off well, but I think it went okay. If you haven't already, guys, we're going to watch Fringe every Friday. We're gonna talk about Fringe until either Deacon gets sick of me talking about it, or until we run out of episodes.
I've seen this show. I'll talk about the show. I like talking about it.
Now,
it's cool.
Should we do 1 or 2 episodes next week? Should we? Because the pilot, the pilot was a double long episode. So if we can do like 2 episodes, then maybe we can just
we can
get through it.
Yeah, we can get through it, and we'll have a couple of stories. And
your assignment, everybody, watch episodes 2 and 3 next week. We will be back. We'll talk about it, and we'll figure this out. If you haven't already, hit like, subscribe, let us know what's going on. Leave a comment in the description below. What was your favorite moment of the pilot of Fringe? What was the thing that you liked the most if you watched it? If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's great. You can watch it on Freevee or on HBO Max or a bunch of places.
What was your favorite part?
Let me think about that. I think it might be it's got to be something with Walter, because I just love having Walter. I think it might be the mental with it where they meet him in St. Clair's, and Dunham goes into there and he starts talking to her. He was like, he's already figured it out. He's like, look, I know that people can't come in here unless they're related to me. So you have my son.
Yeah, it shows you how
son.
brilliant he is, but it's also showing that he's like, he's like, I want my pudding, or we've got.
Yeah, he's like all over the place. And then meanwhile of distracted, he's like, by the way, I know you couldn't be here without my son, so I want to see him, or I'm not even going to talk to you anymore.
He does the same thing when he gets into his lab there at Harvard, and he starts asking for the cow and stuff like that. And he's just like, to him, it's common sense. He's like, oh, and I need a cow. I need a cow. And they're like, what the fuck you need a cow for? And he's like, to him, his brain works on such a high, and John Noble portrays that. He acts that so well, of a man whose brain works on such a higher level that this stuff is so common to him that it's ridiculous to us.
He can at the same time somehow be presenting as feeble and helpless and literally needs help doing everything, and at the same time, perhaps one of the most dangerous person on earth.
Yeah, that's why I was meaning earlier. Yeah, he does a good job of making you feel sorry for him and then cowering down in his presence at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to help this guy or maybe kill him because he's so dangerous. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back next week. Monday through Friday, 6:30 in the morning, rumble.com/JJW. We're your 2 dads. Adios.